This is Neural Newscast for Tuesday, July 14th, 2026.
Here are the stories shaping the morning.
From Neural Newscast, I'm Thomas Keene.
And I'm Isabel Moreno.
The United States launched a series of strikes against Iranian coastal defense systems and drone sites early this morning. The operation targeted locations near Bandar Abbas and Bushehr, hitting several critical Iranian naval bases.
President Trump confirmed the military action and announced that Washington is reinstating a blockade on Iran in the Strait of Hormuz. The administration also suggested the United States may begin charging other vessels for safe passage through the waterway.
Iran responded by launching a wave of missile and drone attacks against Bahrain and Jordan. 2 tankers associated with the United Arab Emirates were also targeted in the strait, resulting in at least 1 fatality.
The economic impact was immediate. Benchmark Brent crude oil prices jumped past $84 a barrel, while major Asian stock markets saw significant declines. South Korea's Kospi plunged 9%, and Japan's Nikkei fell nearly 2%.
Central Command officials stated the strikes aimed to degrade Iran's ability to attack commercial shipping. This follows an earlier Iranian attack on a Cyprus-flagged container ship as it transited the waterway.
Market analysts indicate that while prices have risen, they remain below the highs seen earlier in the conflict. However, a move toward long-haul procurement is expected to reduce global reliance on Middle Eastern oil in the coming months.
In other news, Houthi forces launched ballistic missiles at Saudi Arabia's Abha airport on Monday. The attack was a response to airstrikes on the runway of Sana's international airport earlier that day.
The Saudi-led coalition reported that its air defenses successfully intercepted the missiles, with no casualties. The internationally recognized Yemeni government claimed responsibility for the Sana strikes, citing a dispute over an Iranian aircraft.
A Houthi spokesperson stated that these strikes have ended the de-escalation phase of the conflict. He warned commercial airlines against flying through Saudi airspace until the blockade on Sana's airport is lifted.
The United Nations Security Council held an emergency meeting where officials expressed deep concern over the renewed hostilities. The conflict has already resulted in one of the world's worst humanitarian crises over the last decade.
Turning to an aviation emergency in Europe, investigators are examining a Ryanair flight that experienced a window failure. A 61-year-old passenger was nearly pulled out of the cabin during a flight from Greece to Germany.
The aircraft, a Boeing 737 operated by Malta Air, dropped 9,000 feet in minutes following the decompression. Fellow passengers helped pull the man back into the plane while he was halfway out the window.
Witnesses reported hearing an explosion before the window dislodged. A technical advisor believes engine debris may have struck the glass. The passenger remains hospitalized with serious injuries in Thessaloniki.
The Hellenic Air and Rail Safety Investigation Authority is leading the probe, with assistance from the FAA and Boeing. The 18-year-old aircraft eventually landed safely, but the extreme decompression caused several passengers to lose consciousness.
In Washington, Senator Mitch McConnell has broken a weeks-long silence regarding his health following a fall in June. The 84-year-old Kentucky Republican admitted he was briefly unconscious and was treated for mild pneumonia.
McConnell clarified that he did not suffer a stroke or a heart attack and is currently regaining strength in a rehabilitation facility. He acknowledged the vulnerability of aging, but expressed his intention to complete his term through January.
His absence comes at a challenging time for the Republican caucus, following the sudden death of Senator Lindsey Graham. The party's majority in the chamber has temporarily shrunk to 51 senators.
This reduction could complicate efforts to advance military funding and confirm executive nominees. Representative Andy Barr has already been nominated by Republicans to replace McConnell when he retires next year.
Here is what else we are watching. The United Nations Security Council will hold a formal session today to address the breakdown of the Yemen truce.
Energy traders are awaiting a final decision on OPEC Plus output quota expansions, which could play a major role in stabilizing international energy prices this week.
Finally, 4 candidate nations are scheduled to move forward with European Union enlargement negotiations. High-level meetings in Brussels today will determine the timeline for these countries to integrate into the single market.
We will keep you updated on the situation in the Strait of Hormuz and the European trade negotiations as they develop.
I'm Thomas Keene.
And I'm Isabel Moreno.
That is the news for now. Thanks for listening.
Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com.